Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big list tonight. And this is the Comic Book Invest Hot 10. Thanks for hanging out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out again. Friday night, getting the weekend started off right. We've got the one and only Ben S., the writer of the list over at Comic Book Invest Hot 10. comicbookinvest.com. Make sure you guys go check it out every Friday. A little late today, but that's becoming the MO. And he just makes people want it a little bit more.
Oh my gosh, it's killing me. I need a new job, right?
We all, hey, the holidays are coming up. Hopefully, it'll be a recharge time. For everybody else, we've got Baltimore coming up in less than 10 days, I think, which is pretty crazy. And everything else is just totally rocking. So it's a great list tonight. We also have the one and only Mighty Mel V. We're going to be hanging out immediately following this on Drunken Chat. Make sure you guys are following over there. What's going on tonight, Mel?
The one and only Javin Jordan, the up and coming artist. Right now, the hotter than fish grease right now. Hotter than fish grease. He's going to be joining us tonight. And also, Wonder World Comics is going to reveal his new variant as well. The people wanting it back, we're going to have the returning Comic Man Andy. It's going to
give us a report on Motor City Comic Con.
Me and Phil are going to be talking about NYCC. It's going to be
a fun show. All right. And of course, Richie Taylor, Dollar, what's going on, brother? How you be?
Oh man, I'm pooped. 3 days doing my tax return on a 1099.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even bring it up, brother. That's why we talk comics.
And then I had to send a big fat check in with it. And I don't even think I scratched the surface. So flip side.
Well, it's a crazy week. There's a lot of cool books on the list, and we're going to get into it. So if you guys don't know how this works, we have the top 10, the hot 10, and then we have our honorable mentions and the almost 10. And you guys get to hang out with us and enjoy it live or on the replay. And for the people that are live, I want to thank you, especially Ferdbird the Nerd, for the $5 super chat. He says, "This all the money I have left after Blue Green's Whatnot mystery pack sale. Happy Friday." So shout out also to Blue Green Artifacts, Tony. He had a pretty dope Whatnot sale.
It wasn't no bullshit in Impacts.
Yeah. Well, let's get this out of the way then real quick. I want to remind everybody to follow everybody here on Whatnot. We're doing our best to create a top rate team of sellers over there, and a lot of people doing a lot of crazy stuff. Mighty Mel V is the star of the show, especially over there on NYCC. Don't even stop. You are. And you're doing good things, and we appreciate the hell out of that, and I'm sure everybody else does. Make sure you guys are following Wonder World Comics. Make sure you're following Mellow Fellow. Make sure you're following Big Leg. Make sure you're following Vintage Comics and Toys. Make sure you're following Blue Green Artifacts. There's people that I'm missing. Make sure you're following all of us. It's a lot of fun over there. And make sure you're following Hive Comics. Yeah.
Ben took his ass 8 miles.
Yeah.
Hey, what's funny is I'm right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually right at 12 miles, so I'm only like 4 miles away.
That's what made it funny.
Yeah, Dwayne Scott, thank you for that. We wear that with a badge of honor. Because a matter of fact, I'll be flipping myself on Whatnot this week and doing 2 days of it. Saturday, I'll be going.
Look how fast he sells those books.
Saturday, I will be going at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday will be Star Wars Sunday with Tales from the Flipside on Whatnot, and then on the channel. So make sure you hang out for both. The Dark Side crew will be rocking all Sunday, and then of course tomorrow night the Modern Comic Mayhem crew will be going Saturday night too. So
It
hang out with us.
I
It's
just
like you
saw
need
some
a-
bangers in there.
A comic barricade, man.
Comic
Yeah.
Barricade. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You got
So-
some bangers, Brian.
He does.
Hey man, like we're all really enjoying our hobby right now, that's for sure. And we're getting ready to take Flipside family to Baltimore. We're going to be there in mass, and I'm trying to put a little bit extra money in my pocket to buy some more drinks for people out there. So that is the plan. By the way, shout out again to Comic Man Andy, another one of those great community members. Make sure you follow him on Whatnot. Also follow his channel and catch him every Tuesday with me over at Simple Man's channel. So, all right, let's get into it. The Almost 10. The Almost 10 are books that just did some cool stuff this week, either sales, random, books that you don't see very often, just cool books that you should know about. And the first one this week is an interesting one. This is Fearless Defenders number 5, the Amanda Conner 1 in 50 variant. And it looks like it's selling for about $180 plus in raw condition. That's a lot of characters on that cover right there.
That's a lot of characters.
Can you name them all?
Nope.
Is Elsa Bloodstone on there?
Misty Knight, Valkyrie, Storm, Hellcat.
Bro, I have to get my Raiders out to be able to see.
White Tiger, Tigra, Electra, Black Cat. Is that Echo?
I can't tell.
She-Hulk.
Who's this? Who's the one that's right next to She-Hulk on the left of She-Hulk with the helmet?
Is that a Valkyrie in between?
She's in between Valkyrie and She-Hulk.
I didn't even see her.
And the brown hair right there.
Yeah. So anyways, there's a lot of characters on here. That's for sure. It's a great Amanda Conner cover. If you guys are Amanda Conner fans, this is just perfect Amanda Conner art here.
I would pick up, Brian. I would pick up issue 1. There's if you can't find this one, you're looking for it in back issue bins or half price bins. There's a pretty decent first appearance next gen character, Annabelle Riggs,
but she's not on the cover of this one.
No,
damn it.
She could.
Is this the same run that had those Milo Monero codes?
The number 1 I think had the Minara.
I think it was one.
The number 3. If you guys remember when I used to have time and did the ghost hunting articles, I had the Fearless Defenders 3. It was a 1 in 50 as well, and that was a Quinones, I think. And these are just, who was ordering 50 copies of Fearless Defenders number 3, 4, 5? Nobody. This was one sale. There's no others listed. It's just an impossible book to find.
Yeah, well, $180 raw is it's pretty evident of that, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right, on to the next one, a cover that I'm not surprised to see on this list or any list whenever it shows up, and that is this beautiful Ghost Whisperer Jennifer Love Hewitt photo cover for Ghost Whisperer number 4, it looks like. And yeah, I could see a lot of people buying that cover, wanting that cover.
It's actually 1, 2, 3, and 4 all had photo variants, and they all had pretty good 9.8 sales this week. What was it?
I got them right here. Yeah, they are. Number 1 was 200, 2 was 110, 3 137, and 4 250. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the same buyer and just wanted a bunch of J-Love covers. I don't know.
She is fine.
50/50 says Wonder World Comics, which is interesting. That makes it even cooler that they're selling for what they are.
Yeah, no, some of them are incentives.
Oh, okay.
Like I think this one might be an RI. I think 2 might be an RI. 1 and 3 might not be. I'm not 100% sure.
JJ says the second series had photo variants too, but they were just cover B, I think. So be on the lookout for those also.
Yeah, we went over these photo variants with
The Western.
the Winona. Yeah, the Winona.
No, yeah.
Yeah. A while back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know photo variants were for a long time like completely ignored, and then once all of a sudden, I mean, now you look like even some of like the Avenger photo covers sell well because people want to get them signed. I don't know. It's weird, right?
Yeah. I want to say thanks to all the 132 live right now. We are 10
Yes,
minutes
sir.
in. We're on the almost 10 right now. These are just cool books that we like to throw a spotlight on before the show. And I want to thank Frank Lamar Jr. for a really cool comment. He says, "Gentlemen, how does it feel to have quite likely the best comic show on the web?" It feels excellent, and we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you. That was really cool. All right, on to the next book. Not surprised to see Spawn books in the 180s show up on these lists. This is a gorgeous cover, and we've all been looking for these Spawn books and like 180 and up for a long time now. This is Spawn 186 second print, and had a recent big sale on a 9.8, Ben.
Yeah, 600 plus, which was an all-time high.
Is this Portaccio? With McFarlane? It looks like it's McFarlane and Portaccio.
I can't.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is Portaccio and
I'm so
McFarlane.
blind I can't see the auto.
You're right,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Good call.
It's cool to see when McFarlane does, I'm guessing inking work, or I don't know if he does repair work, but I'm most likely guessing inking work. He does it with Liefeld a lot. I grabbed a Youngblood cover the other day where it's Liefeld and McFarlane on the cover, and they do that a lot on. And it's cool to see him bring other people like Portaccio and the other Image guys on. That's cool.
Yeah, I've never found any of the second prints of these.
Yeah, you can get them in newsstand. What?
They're out there.
No, newsstand stopped at like what 130 or something like that, 135.
I don't know. I like grabbing the Spawn stuff in newsstand though. You're right. That's cool.
I don't think there's second prints in newsstand. But...
Yeah.
No, I think newsstand stopped at like 130 something. I think.
Well, this next one is kind of funny. Ben, did you know that this was my sale?
No, I had no idea. It wasn't really.
Yeah. So this is a book.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
you've been talking about this book since I first met you.
Yeah, I put my 9.8 up for sale with a bunch of other books that I put on my my eBay store last week, I guess. And dude made an offer on it. I was like, take it. It's yours. So this is what Witchblade 161, you guys. For all you JTC negative space variant people, this is the first one. As far as I know, I did a lot of research on it. I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I'm pretty sure. And if not, it's definitely early in the negative space runs that he was doing, and it's probably his best one in my opinion. I love the Dia de los Muertos tattoos. I love that John Tyler Christopher always draws skin and faces really well, and he just killed this one, man. And there's also a variant to this that you could only get at Top Cow's website, I think. And it's also the same pose, but it's not negative space, and she doesn't have the Dia de los Muertos tattoo. So there's another cover, but really cool stuff. And he did a lot of early Witchblade covers. I think he started in like the 130s.
And this was just an A cover, right?
This was just an A cover. Yep. There is a B cover. But it's high in the run. Witchblade, I don't think how much longer it went after the 160s. Did it get to 200? I can't remember. Chat, let us know.
Yeah, no, it got to 175.
Okay.
I think that was the last.
Yeah, and Cover Lover Comics is right. I grew up in the time when Witchblade and the Darkness were like some of the best comics coming out, and I still love them, which a lot of us do. But yeah, man, it was kind of cool, and it's nice to see other people, hopefully jumping on the love for this cover.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really because I flipped through the Witchblade set. I actually found one of these like 2 weeks ago down in New Orleans, Brian. But then the guy had a $3 price tag on it, and I was like, sweet. And then I took it up to the counter and he repriced it to full eBay, and I was like, nope, I don't want it. But I always look through the Witchblade section because there's some really good covers in there.
Yeah, the baseball one.
Yeah, they get completely ignored.
Yeah. So this sold. So my 9.8 sold for $325. Guys, had it up for $500 best offer and took $328 or $325, I think, whatever. So good stuff. All right. Next book on the list for the almost 10. This is The Last of Us, a book that I think was on the Hot 10 not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago. And this is the American Dreams graphic novel, which you're going to have to explain a little bit about this to me because the price that I'm seeing that this sold for is wacky.
Yeah. So this is the hardcover graphic novel. And I'm not sure exactly how they distributed this, but it's really low print, like 500, maybe 1,000 is all the print run on this was. It was really low. I'm not sure I've ever seen this. I didn't even know this. I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know if I knew this existed until I saw the sale on it. Yeah, because most people, a lot of times we ignore a lot of and I think we've talked about this before, how we ignore trade paperback and hardcover sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty, some of them are really difficult to find. If you're ever out looking for, like, through the trade paperbacks, always check to see if you can find the Power Girl, the volume 3. It's got the Warren Lau cover on it. It sells for a lot. And you may get lucky and find it because nobody's really going to think that the Power Girl trade paperback is going to be worth anything. Same thing with this. I would have never thought it was this, but yeah, it's what would I say? How much did I say that sale was, Brian?
$555.
$555.
It's crazy
for a trade paperback.
So this title is in production right now. And according to Charles Murphy, as of the 14th, it's one of the projects that could see a 90-day halt due to the union strike. That seems to be imminent.
Womp, womp, womp.
Well, I know they're spending more on these per episode than Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rabid fans of this.
So it is. When it hits, it's going to be a big deal. I mean, they're spending a truckload of, I think 12 million an episode, I think is what they're spending. So
it better be good.
Yeah, I agree. Blue Green Artifact says HBO is a cream of crop when it comes to options. I agree. Yes, sir, I agree. All right, on to the next one. Shirtless Bear Fighter. Who doesn't remember this series when it first came out? Like a year or two ago? Crazy, hilarious. Like, what the hell is this about? But it was funny at the time. And this is number 2, the Scotty Young 1 in 15, which is seeing some nice little sales. $150 raw.
Shout out to Indie Spotlight, my man Andy. He told me about this a month ago. Let's get the fuck out of here. So you know what this means? Fuck this book. Yo, but I had it in my grasp. I was like, fuck you the fuck about no fucking bear fighter. I said, Andy's crazy, but you should always listen to Indie Spotlight because he be on point. He be on point.
Apparently, Scotty Young didn't get the memo though. This is supposed to be shirtless bear fighter.
That pantsless.
I think that's bear fighter. I think it's hilarious.
Dick swinging bear fighter.
If anybody, we're gonna have to find out if the CEO's beautiful wife has one of these because she's a big Scotty Young fan. I hear, so we'll have to find out if she has one of these and pick her up one. But I'm kind of like joining that little crew where I'm falling in love a little bit with Scotty Young books. I don't know why. It's weird. I did the same thing. I think I've said it before. Like, I had the same issue with like Darwin Cook. Like, I'm like, man, I hate this Darwin Cook stuff. And then like all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I kind of really like it. And now I'm like, I want like all of it. And Scotty Young stuff was the same. I'm like, this stuff sucks. And now I'm like, this is really funny.
There's a really cool Scotty Young book or variant on FOC this week. It's the Kate Bishop Hawkeye #1. It's a really good Scotty Young cover. He's hit or miss with me, but I really like it.
Yeah.
It's on FOC I think FOC's on Monday. So
not bad. Well, hey, if you got this one and you're not a big Scotty Young fan, time to put up and make some money on it. All right. The second to the last book on the Almost 10 this week is the Amazing Spider-Man number 76 variant. This is the Gleason variant, which I'm not sure if it was on Drunken Chat or with Simple Man that
I know where you're
talked
going,
about
Brian.
this book.
You're right.
Yeah. And saying that this was way better than the other Gleason that was with this book. And a matter of fact, this was the best cover of all of them that week. So this is to me an absolutely gorgeous book. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 76, the 1-in-25 Gleason ratio variant. So
pretty.
Yeah, what's it running for right now? Is it selling for ratio?
No, like 40 to 50, but you can get it. I believe you can still get it on Midtown for 32 or something like that.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna fucking attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Did he just get his ass kicked, or is he like supposed to be dead in the guts?
If he's dead, that's really kind of
because the news that came out. The news that came out today is that it came out last night, but the news that was all over this morning was that I mean, I'm not gonna say spoiler alert because it's all speculation, it's just rumors, but possibility that Tom Holland Spider-Man could be killed off.
What?
Yeah, it was all over the internet today. And
what?
Yeah, the better sites, not the clickbait, but the better sites actually. Yeah, that's what they were saying. But I mean, it's speculation. It's just rumors. But yeah, if you Google Tom Holland filming at the end of No Way Home or something like that, and click news on Google Chrome, there should be a whole bunch of stuff about it. He comes out and says a lot of stuff.
Why would you do that?
There's rumors saying that okay, well, all I know is at the end of whatever brought to this conclusion, he said that it really makes me upset. It really makes me cry inside that we are all on this crew that I've been working for the last 5-6 years, working together for the very last time, and now right before we take the next step in our careers.
Well, that's interesting, but what's also interesting is that I also heard that the same thing that Patrick says, Peter doesn't die, but MJ Zendaya will possibly meet her end.
I wouldn't even care if she died.
Yeah,
I hate that character.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then there was another rumor that came out from whatever. They said that that the Marvel executives were getting sick of him slipping. Spoilers
he be
out too.
He be wilding.
Yeah, they don't allow him to do that anymore. But he still likes to joke a little bit. All right, the last book on the Almost 10, a great book that is currently and has been for a long time one of my eBay favorite searches, and that's the Seduction of the Innocent book. The first edition is the one that you're really looking for with Dust Jacket and all that fun stuff. But this is a crazy piece of history. If you guys don't know about Seduction of the Innocent, I guess they call it SODI, right? And the trial that happened with all the EC books and the comics code and everything. This is the story of it and all. Is it the whole like trials or the everything put into book, or did the actual guy? I can't remember the word.
This is like what he wrote to basically say that comics were killing, were bad influence.
Yes,
at the time. So that's where like if you look up what was
books the cover that was like, on?
Huh?
It was on. There was a cover on the other week. I think it was on the Hot 10 or it was on Flipside where what's the famous Hatchet cover with the decapitated chick's head, and that's so famous from the SODI.
There's people that's all they collect is basically if they were mentioned in this book. So it's when you go to like sites and stuff, it'll say reference page 172B or something,
where they talk about certain books, even in Overstreet.
Yeah, all those books, and they should
get a bump
for
it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of them are not even really that, like, you're like, why is that mentioned in that book? Like, a lot of times it doesn't have to do with, decapitations or, syringes or anything like that. It could
Talking
be
probably about like homophobic relationships.
yeah. I
and
mean, there could
stuff
be
like
anything.
that.
Yeah, there could be anything that he
Yep.
meant. But if he mentioned in this book, this book basically kind of changed.
Hell yeah.
It changed comics. I mean, it really did.
Yeah, it probably made it worse. But then you had people that said, fuck this, we're writing about it. And you had people like Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil and Stan Lee and these people that said, we're gonna write things whether the code is on our cover or not. And it changed the direction of comics forever, and it gave us what we have nowadays, these amazing books where it talks about problems in the world and trying to make them better and stuff. And back then, during this time, they were just like, keep it quiet, we don't even want the dialogue.
So, fuck a code.
Yeah. But
a VG copy went off on Heritage this week for $1,600.
Wow.
For just like something that was in VG.
You could probably find this at bookstores, resellers, secondhand bookstores and stuff.
I've never found it.
So do I. I'm with you. But I did find a communion first print for all you true believers out there. All right, let's get into the list and a special book for me. A lot of you guys know that I love this book right here. And our first honorable mention, our Golden Age book this week, is the gorgeous Punch Comics number 12.
Who recently did a homage to this?
An amazing retailer that we love around here, Hive Comics.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they did. And John Gallagher, I believe, No, it wasn't John Gallagher. It was Hive Comics. Should be in the chat. I'm gonna go look while you talk about it, Ben.
So I mean, everybody knows this cover. Everybody knows that this book is impossible to find, and doesn't really matter what grade you find it in. We all pretty much hate Brian because
you're gonna hate me more in a second here. Don't worry.
Yeah, we just hate him. But a 0.5 copy this week, 0.5 incomplete, trimmed on all sides, C2 restored copy sold for $7,000.
Yeah,
that wasn't yours, was it?
No. As a matter of fact, here we go.
Did you finally send it in?
No, I didn't. It's right here.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah, that be that. Yeah. And this is, I feel shameful showing my lonely one copy when there's people like Anna Love out there who've got 6. So we all know how rare that book is and how lucky you are to own one. And I consider myself very lucky to own one. And at one point, I was contemplating, like, should I sell it at some point? And thank God for our favorite Flipside lawyer, Nico Esquire, convinced me not to. So I am definitely going to figure out a way to get it graded soon. And big shout out to my homie Chuck, who really did me a solid and helping me out with that.
I can't believe that you have not got that thing slabbed up yet. I know that you said you're scared to death to open it, to do anything with it. But still, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's a 0.5. I mean, that literally couldn't. I mean, when you saw the words, I mean, it was like everything could possibly be wrong with this. I mean, it was like glue, tape, trimmed on all sides. I mean, it was just like, I mean, just a trash copy.
Yeah.
I mean, still sold for $7,000. It's like,
yeah.
And there was a copy a month ago. I apparently missed the sale. A 4.0 copy sold for $36,000, which is the second highest sale ever for that book in any grade. So I mean, even a 1.0 copy, if you think yours is a 1.0, I mean, if it's 1.0 blue label, I mean,
so it has a couple like holes in the spine, but like you could see the pieces are still attached to the holes that kind of like flapped over on them, and then the spine is just trashed, but everything else is nice. but the spine is just trash. Like I'm afraid to even open it up because I don't want the cover to fall off, you know. And I don't know if the cover is going to fall off, but like there's a chance.
That's why you just you sent to CGC and let the cover fall off.
Yeah. Also, again, you guys, big shout out to Hive Comics. This is their gorgeous Ice Cream Man number 24 that they did an homage to this. That is just absolutely beautiful. It's the Morales cover. So just absolutely gorgeous. And I think they still have some available. Yeah, they got sets available. So go give them some love. And I don't know, man. Anytime you throw like beautiful colors that pop like that into a cover like that, just good job. And I love homaging covers that don't get homaged a lot. So
yeah, I think Ice Cream Man might go down. Besides Spawn is probably the most insane covers all the way around.
Yeah. All right. The next honorable mention this week is a horrible cover, in my opinion, but this book is moving right now, and that is Hawkeye Blind Spot #1. It's #1 of a 4-issue series. This was back when Hawkeye was first coming on the big screen. I think even before he showed up in any of the movies, but and they were kind of giving you a little backstory on him. And this is the first appearance of his brother, Trickshot, I believe, right? Is that his name, Trickshot?
Yeah, there's Trickshot before, I guess, like back in the Silver Age. But yeah, this is his brother being 64. Trickshot.
Avenger 64,
yeah. What is it?
Yeah, it was first appearance of same guy, but it's retcon. It's unless it's a different universe or Ultimate Universe, but it's Barney Barton, Trickshot, Avenger 64, Silver Age, I think. Yeah, Silver Age 12-cent book. Clint's brother, and he also dies in that book too. And then this book is the retcon version, I guess.
Okay, so this cover, I don't know if it's maybe the colorist or the inker or even if it's the art, but man, some of those faces are harsh. Right?
I was more looking at his pirate looking boots or whatever that he's got.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Look at Captain America's face. Look at Hawkeye's face. They just look off. Look at Black Widow's face. Kind of looks off. Anyways, but
it's like, hey, where do you go? Like, you guys have these pimp boots in size 12?
Also, I guess there's rumors that, or maybe I don't know if they've been talked about and they've been said yes or no that they're going to happen, but that he's supposed to be part of the series that his brother is. Yeah.
I guess that's why that's a selling then.
Long time speculation. I mean, that was a couple of years. I haven't seen anything. I mean, maybe our chat, they're usually sharp about this, could shine some light. I haven't seen any confirmation since. All I know is Tracksuit Mafia, Lucky the Pizza Dog, and Kazi the Clown. So,
yeah.
Kazi the Clown is the main?
That's what I heard. And it's not supposed to come till mid of the series. So.
Is this only 5 episodes, or did I read that wrong?
6 episodes, I think.
Oh, shit.
Well, we should be getting it sooner than later, though, right?
Keep your fingers crossed that the union doesn't go on strike, because if the union goes on strike, then that could get pushed.
Yeah. All right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're definitely don't want any of that to happen, but we
$40 on that book.
Oh wow, $40?
Yep.
I wonder what the whole set's going for. If the whole set is going for a nice little run, but yeah, that's kind of crazy for that. All right, before we get into the hot 10. I want to remind everybody to go to comicbookinvest.com to find this list every week, as well as amazing articles over there by some amazing writers doing some really good stuff. So make sure you guys check it out. And then also immediately following this show, make sure to find us over on Mighty Mel V channel. It's Drunken Chat tonight. Who are we going to have over there tonight, Mel?
Javon Jordan, the illest Illuminati himself, coming. I just got confirmation talking to him right now. coming through. It's going to be a gang of fun.
And
gonna be-
also, Mr. Dennis Barger is going to be, Wonderworld Comics is going to be showing a new exclusive.
Yes.
Cool.
It's gonna be great. And then my man Phil is gonna be coming through. Con man Ed is gonna come through. It's gonna be nothing but beards and diversity over there today.
Amen. Amen. All right. Let's get into. Actually, we're not going to get into it. We're going to talk about Cardstopper.com. I have my Cardstoppers here with me. I saved some that I'm not using, but I am currently using them. They work well. They are absolutely amazing. Also, make sure you guys get your Comic Barricade at comicbarricade.com for your short boxes and your magazine boxes and slab boxes. They are absolutely invaluable. And use the code word Flipside for 10% off your order. All right, here we go. There is 190 live, and we have number 10 book, Saga number 1. This book, moving 10? a little bit now because of the news. It sounds.
So
is it me, or did everybody think that when they went on hiatus, this thing would drop in price?
Yeah.
Well, if you got Comment Andy buying every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold the 5th print. Andy's going to be sad about this because he was thinking about buying it, but it sold this weekend. I sold a 9.8 5th print for I think like $350.
Andy bought my 4th print 9.8 from me.
Yeah.
I think that was the last one he needed, I think.
For the set, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think he's trying to double up now.
Hey, might as well. I was really amazed though that this never dropped in price the whole time it was off. I mean, and now it's, $800 for 9/8. I mean, this is not an uncommon book for sure.
Yeah,
it's a lot,
about
right?
3,700 of them. Is that how many there was?
9/8.
Oh no, 9/8. No, printed. I thought there was only like 3,700 printed.
Oh no, I think Saga had a good.
Sorry, 37,000. Sorry,
yeah, I was like
37,000.
It had a decent print run.
Yeah,
I gotta probably gonna take my comic card, but I've never read not one issue of Saga.
I read the trade of the first 5 issues, maybe 10 issues or something like that. It was weird to me seeing people with TV heads and stuff. It was real strange, really strange. But it was a good story. I've never finished it, but yeah, I
heard it was wild. Like it will never be adapted to TV.
It'd be hard. Crazy. It'd be hard, but I mean, you also say the same. You said the same thing about a lot of things that have now been adapted to TV.
American Gods.
Yeah.
Sandman.
Why the Last Man? Right?
Have you guys watched that at all?
Nope.
I've watched the first episode of Why the Last Man, and I haven't watched anything since. I'm really bad about that.
I don't have.
I just started Squid Games.
Yeah, Squid Games. That's crazy too.
Why's on Hulu though, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But there is a ton of printings out there, like we were talking about for this book, that I love to show and talk about whenever this book comes up. Let me pull these up here. Here is, of course, the RRP that everybody's talking about in the chat, and then all the different printings. The second printing has Saga in black. The third printing has it in blue. The fourth printing has it in like white and like orange, and then the fifth printing has it black and white. So there you guys go.
What was the news that came out? That's restarting or coming back?
Yes.
Yeah. Fiona Staples posted on her Instagram. She's got basically the cover drawn for 55 and it said January 22.
When was the last issue that came out?
54.
Yeah, when?
54.
3.5 years ago.
What? Say that again.
It'll be 3.5 years. It was the summer of 2018.
So this shit's worse than Faust.
Oh yeah, I mean it'll be when this one comes out, it'll be 3.5 years.
Because I remember when 50 came out and they had that Virgin, and then the trade, and everybody was going crazy. Came in the poly bag. Oh, it's the last 4 issues,
and they're doing 54 more issues to end at 108, which is weird as hell. There's got to be some reason, for that pattern, you know what I mean, to do 54 and then 54. Or maybe they're just like, hey, first 54, we'll call that part 1 and do another 54. I don't know, but it's just weird. So yeah, a total of 108, which is
take a fucking 3-year break. You're not gonna make the fucking issue 108.
Well, no, I think that I think a part of what Brian K. Vaughan said is he took a lot of the breaks so he could write ahead for a lot of it, to where they basically already got it done through
that's awesome.
A bunch of the issues, so there would be no delays once it actually came back out.
Ain't that what that guy from Game of Thrones was writing the book said, and he was a strip club?
Yeah. He still hasn't finished that 7th book.
It's kind of impossible to have him finish that at this point, right?
Yeah, I already know what happened at the end. I want to read it.
So check this out. So if this is true, this is really cool. Wonderworld Comics says the reason they're doing the 54 and 54 is it beats the Kirby Lee and Bendis Bagley records for 108 issues, or 107, or also the 108 are the number of beads on a Buddhist prayer item.
You're
I've
right.
heard. Shout out to Dank Comics. I want to tell everybody, go follow Dank Comics on YouTube, DANK Comics, one of the most refreshing content creators out there that's in our comic sphere, just doing cool stuff. Shout out to Dan.
Dank
All right. What is this selling for on the secondary market right now?
9/8 are now up to 800.
And what a raw one? 400.
No, I'm just asking.
I'm not 100% sure.
Saga number 1 raw.
I got mine from my comic shop auction. They graded 9.2. I got it for 185, 190.
It's not bad.
My birthday present.
Yes, probably anything graded near mint or better is probably going to run you 250 ish. I mean, that's probably about right, because you use that 3x multiplier for near mint raw to a 9.8, so that's probably about right, 250, 300.
Yeah. All right, this next book is a book that was taking up a little bit of our conversation pre-show, and that's our number 9 book this week, which is Philadelphia, a beautiful, beautiful Todd McFarlane variant, which Todd doesn't do very many covers of characters that he didn't create anymore. And this is number 12, Philadelphia number 12. And do you guys remember, was this any sort of ratio or anything, or was it just
Open
a B
order.
cover?
Yeah, shout to Dollar for putting me on.
Yep. I remember that night specifically because I was 6 months. I was on the Flipside team, or it was January or what have you, and Brian had me going crazy for cards. So I was going everywhere in my flip flops and my jammies, looking for freaking baseball cards. And then I was waiting in line, and I was looking at Previous World, and this and the Sienkiewicz, which was open order as well, was on there. And I got in the Flipside Google chat, and I started putting the pictures. And the only one that liked it besides me was Mel. He's like, "Oh man, you're taking my money, Rich. Get out of here."
I said this shit is.
Get out of here! Don't post that shit. Now I gotta order it.
I ordered 2.
Yeah, I ordered 2 piece 2. Should I order
and
more?
I don't remember what box I put it in. I know it was in a box I recently looked through, but
it reminds me of 30 Days a Night.
Yes.
Does anybody know why that this has just this week gone up in value?
Well, it was on the Key Collector top Nick's picks 2 days ago, and he had his own speculation on there that said whatever he said. And
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a good cover. I'm not surprised. I'm
nothing
surprised.
bad. I'm saying anything bad. He actually made a lot of sense in what he said.
No, I just didn't mean.
Didn't this get optioned though a while back? Weren't we talking about Philadelphia for getting optioned?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe so. At one point that this got optioned. So
A lot of good covers in this this title. A lot of horror covers. Really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and it definitely reminds me a lot of 30 Days a Night, which is old school. One of my favorite old school artists, Ben Templesmith.
That shit was so fucked up. And that movie.
Yeah. That movie was great, man. I loved it.
She said, "Oh, please, God." Looked around.
Is that part of the 28 days later? I never seen
that. This 30 Days a Night is based on
30 Days a Night in Alaska.
Alaska, yeah.
Where it stays night all the time, for a certain period of time.
And they fuck shit up out there.
Yeah, these vampires show up during the period where it's night for a month.
That shit was the most cold-blooded shit. It's no God.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, and the guy who wrote it was on Comic Book Women early on. A really cool guy. And of course, Ben Templesmith did the art and that stuff. So really cool stuff. 210 live. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. We really appreciate you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, that big red subscribe button down there if you guys haven't already, and that thumbs up. It really helps us out. And if you guys are watching live, thanks for doing so. We appreciate the hell out of you. I see a lot of community members in here. Shout out to Cover Lover Comics, Nate, 78 points of articulation, Darren
Love that name.
Yeah, Comic Man Andy, of course, Brett Hess Art, Code Red, Rafi, shout out to Rafi, Patrick, and a lot of other people, Bronze Age Nerd, High Voltage Mark, John's Box of Comics, JJ Maxwell, Teenage Mutant Ninja Greg, Cover Lover, I've already said, Reverse Amoeba. There's a lot of people in the chat, and thank you for hanging with us. Let's get into number 8 this week. Bloodstone #1, a book that shows up quite a bit on the list throughout the years, and a cool character, a character that's starting to get a lot more love, and a great cover. Under the cover.
Y'all confused the fuck out of me with this because apparently there's like 900 Bloodstones, and all I knew was about this one, and I picked up a 9.8 for 300. And I thought I was crazy. But I love this book.
And 9.8 for 300 is a really good deal. Now.
It's a great deal.
Considering raw near mint copies are selling for $300 to $350 now.
Yes.
So you done good. You doing good, Mel.
Finally.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't know what is causing. I mean, I guess it's just this one's kind of one of those slow builders. It just continually is just kind of can slowly keep going, kept going up. And now, I mean, it's an all-time high. It's 800 now for 9.8s.
I remember it 1,000.
I wouldn't doubt that this, honestly, if they cast her correctly and if she's done well, this could easily be a $2,000 9.8. All those other big books are $2,000. Why couldn't this one be? This one's not that easy to find.
Right.
No.
Especially 9.8.
I also like the other stuff she's in. That great was it a zombies cover? That's hard to find.
The Mark Dolphin, Deadpool.
What was it?
Yeah, she was in the last
Next Wave. Remember that Next Wave run? I think a lot of people sleep on the Next Wave run.
The Next Wave run is definitely books that you should be looking for in back issue dollar bins.
Nobody was buying it.
No, but it's a great story. And yeah, I mean, she's all over it. And it's kind of like I think, and who wrote the article? Somebody wrote an article. I can't remember. Maybe it was Jack Kornblatt. I can't remember who exactly, but was kind of going into all the weeds about how this is, blonde-headed, English Bloodstone, and the red-headed, is different. And
the Next Wave one, yeah,
the Next Wave, and so Next Wave is, definitely
the confusing history of the Bloodstones.
Right. So I want this chick to be the Bloodstone.
Yeah. Again, real quick, this gives me a perfect chance to segue to comicbookinvest.com. This is the article you're talking about here, Ben, the confusing history of the Bloodstones.
Was that by Jack Korn?
You are 100% correct, sir.
Cool.
And if you guys want to go check it out, just go search Elsa Bloodstone on the comicbookinvest.com. But here you guys can see all the different stuff here.
So she just dyed her hair, or that's too, you know what? I don't even want to
get a totally different origin. It's like completely different.
I know there's a connecting cover set for Future Fight, Moon Girl, Bloodstone, Amadeus Cho, and Kid Kaiju. And I don't know if they put Medusa there for some reason, but I predict that connected cover set down the line is going to. They're already worth a nice piece of change, but the full set could be something you might be wanting to look out for.
Of which what was it again?
It's a Future Fight. It's a.
Yeah. The Monsters Unleashed.
Yes. I forgot who the artist was. In-Huk Lee, maybe.
That sounds right.
Oh, the feature.
The first one was Hulk, and then she was on number 3.
It was Medusa for some weird reason, and Kid Kaiju, the Moon Girl one. I love that cover. You know, I'm a Moon Girl homer, so it's whatever.
Full appearances in issue 1 for Kid Kaiju.
For Kid Kaiju, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Jim Cameron is saying that Next Wave Agents of Hate 1 Raw is already a $45 book already.
Wow.
It doesn't surprise me. I would be buying all of her stuff.
Yeah.
I look for those Deadpool. I look for the Mercandolfo one.
I had one in a sale, and
then the Coppertone.
That Coppertone one's impossible to find.
I don't know if there's a newsstand to this or not. I haven't seen a newsstand.
Well, yeah.
The paper on this was that weird paper, right? That it was like that plasticky paper that they had.
The cover feels like it was like
plastic
plasticky. Yeah. All right, let's get into number 7 this week, and Superman Son of Kal-El number 2 is on our list now. We know kind of one of the reasons why they're talking a lot about this character this week, and I will say this: I've been reading this series since we ended up talking about number 1 on Modern Comic Mayhem a few weeks back, and number 1 was excellent. It was a really great issue. They showed, the birth of John Kent, and it was a really cool Superman issue through and through. And then, of course, this one wasn't bad. There was a really cool part in here, where he him and his dad team up to save a bunch of people in a building that's falling, and John Kent goes back and saves all the pets. Like, there's some really great storylines in the Superman Son of Kal-El story so far. But of course, number 3 is getting ready to come out, and it was all over the news this last week with the book not even being out. A lot of storylines talking about how Superman is bisexual now, and had people asking a lot of questions. Is it Clark Kent? Who is it? This and that. And now the series is starting to see some movement on the secondary market. And number 2 is the first appearance of Jay Nakamura, who seems to be maybe the love interest of John Kent. And it is seeing some movement, which is interesting because if I remember correctly, in number 1, they showed Jay Nakamura, but as the character of the Truth Movement gang that that John Kent ends up following. So also be looking for that if that's moving. Also, his first appearance as the leader of the Truth team is in number 1. But what is this selling for on the secondary market right now, Ben?
Basically, once that news came out, this was like cover price or less. You could get it, and now it's 15 to 20. My guess is you probably still find this on shelves at stores. I don't know, and there was a store, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. There was I stopped in a store yesterday, and they basically had a sign out that said, due to Penguin's shipping methods, all of our books are damaged, all of them.
Yeah,
And they will not send us replacements. They basically said, you sell these or you don't get it. You don't get any replacements. Is DC from is Penguin sending DC, or are they only sending Marvel?
It's Marvel and Indie, I think. It's Lunar.
Okay,
Luna's
so
doing
it's just
DC,
Marvel.
right?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm asking is, and I thought about this particular book, is because if there's a new character that comes out here within the next month or two, before Penguin fixes this shipping issue where they're basically getting a bunch of damaged books, if there's a first appearance for any kind of a character here in this little shipping area, I would be buying any copy that's not damaged, because there's going to be very few of them out there if they're not giving replacements for these at all.
Well, pretty sure Lunar does the pretty much all DC. I mean, unless there's just like, different agreements they have. But good point you bring up, because on FOC this week, I'm not going to name the titles, but in 20 to 23 days, there are some books coming out with some pretty good first appearances, and I hope they get that shit straightened out, because I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they're going to. I mean, they like the store, the lady that I was talking to at the store. I mean, she was just like, she goes, I mean, everybody is mad, and they're like, we don't care. But I didn't mean to, like, I wasn't trying to overshadow this book.
No,
I was just trying to, I didn't know how the shipping thing.
No, that's a great point.
Yeah,
I didn't know who was shipping DC books.
Yeah. Well, let's continue this conversation, because the next book on the list is on there because of this storyline, it seems, and this character is starting to get a little heat because everybody asking about him, and that is Superman Convergence, or was it Convergence Superman? Convergence Superman #2. Of course, the first appearance of baby John Kent, which is a great book. Love this book. Grabbed as many of those as I could back in the day, along with all the other books that people were, contemplating had to do with John Kent. Of course, the Lois and Clark ones, and there's a couple other ones. This also has a B cover, the terrible Convergence, half blue covers that they were doing back then for every issue. So be on the lookout for the half blue Superman face, because that is the B cover for this run. But of course, baby John Kent, and like I was talking about Son of Calel #1, the issue kind of went back on this time period right here, and it told a really great freaking story, really great story. We a lot of us here in this community, especially the Flipside, CBSI, speculation community, really, really loved and talked about Damian Wayne and John Kent for a long time. Damian Wayne has been a favorite character of a lot of us, and when John Kent was created kind of as his foil friend type thing, it created such a great dynamic in comics and was two great characters. And in the Son of Calel, they kind of try to continue that type of thing, but it doesn't feel the same, which is kind of a bummer. But these books, if you ever go back and get a chance to read them, they're really good. If you never got to read the origin story of John Kent and Damian Wayne, I highly suggest checking them out.
Great info. Thanks. I'm going to check that out.
What is this one selling for right now in the secondary market?
Well, amazingly, I mean, first of all, these got hot a long time ago.
Yep.
When they got to like $20 or $25, it was like, wow, that's a score. It is now up to 40 raw for this.
Why Batman hating?
Yeah, he's not. He's guarding. He's
guarding.
No, but Batman's standing there asking the same question I am. How on earth is she pregnant from an alien that has super strength that probably would split her in half?
Yeah, what movie was that? It's like it's not fucking possible.
I'm sorry, it makes no sense.
That was Mallrats, baby.
It was
Wonder Woman, baby.
Only Wonder Woman can have. But like my man Lucas said, drunken chat, we specking on fucking now.
Yeah.
Specking on fucking.
He was. I like Kyle. Shout out to Kyle, Modern Comic Mayhem host. He says he was gentle. That's how.
Kyle, what up, buddy?
It is kind of weird though. I mean, Batman's like checking out a birth. That's kind of weird, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like I'll never have a kid.
Well, he's got X-ray vision, so he can actually see that. His kid.
It's like I don't even talk to my baby mother.
Yeah, Wonder World Comics says baby has no power till he's charged with the yellow sun. They
I
didn't
ain't
know
talking
that.
about the baby
They weren't
splitting her in
sure.
half. I'm talking about Clark Kent splitting her in half.
Oh man!
Specking on fucking.
Anyways, you guys remember, look out for both covers. I imagine this cover sells for more than this cover because the cover is terrible, and that just goes to prove that a good cover really helps a book, and we all know that.
That blue cover right there. It makes I feel like my vision is something's wrong with my
so
vision.
Bad. What was the point of it? I don't. And every single book that DC put out at the time, and they
have some of them where the blue was on the right though, like you would
and a different artist
or something.
It'd be like a different artist's version of it, so like they wouldn't even combine. It was weird. All right, let's get into the second half of the list. Here we go. Number 5. You knew an Adam Warlock book was going to show up this week. We're going to start seeing probably quite a bit of him over the next year or so. And Fantastic Four, number 67, the Cocoon cover, as I like to call it, is now on the list.
I don't like the guy that got playing Warlock.
We haven't seen him yet. You know him as a kid. That's why. You don't know him as an adult.
Who is the actor?
He's he was in... oh man, I just saw this movie that just dropped on Hulu. It's called Dope Sick. It's with Michael Keaton. Have you seen it? It's a brand new one.
I saw.
He's a salesperson in it. Yeah, he's a really good actor, but he also played
Will Porter. Is that his name?
Yeah, young guy. He used to be a comedian, kind of goofy, and then
I don't think he's a comedian.
No, he did. He used to do like
what was that movie? I remember him from that movie with Jennifer Aniston.
And then he did Detroit. And when he did Detroit as a
cop, yes,
boy, he was vicious.
Yes. Still like his face.
So that's who's been supposedly cast as the character. We'll see.
Meet the Millers.
Hey, I'm happy because I have a long box of Adam Warlock spec that I didn't sell back when the Thanos stuff was going down and everybody was looking for Thanos stuff, and we were buying those books because of Thanos storylines and whatnot. So I'm really excited. There'll be some Adam Warlock books in that Whatnot sale tomorrow for damn sure.
What cracks me up is on the cover where it says, "At last you will learn what lives within the cocoon." The cocoon was only in issue 66. It was only only one issue before.
Yeah. But what's funny about this? Remember they played this game again in the Jean Grey cocoon when she came back, and they had the Jean Grey cocoon found in the ocean, and then it was like in a Fantastic Four story and an Avengers story, and you found out. So they love that cocoon storyline.
Do you think that this is kind of he's got kind of a convoluted, first appearance on this, and like some people are saying, oh, it's 66, some people say 67, the other people are like, no, I want that Marvel Premiere 1. It's like it's kind of one of those weird first appearance things.
There's a lot of books.
Do you think that hurts?
Yes, of course. There's a lot of them, right? There's that Thor book. There's this book. There's the Marvel Premiere stuff. As a matter of fact, John Longshot says right here, there's the Marvel Premiere Warlock, Thor 165, 66, and Fantastic Four 66, 67. There's the there's a ton of those Warlock books, the Infinity Gauntlet books, and people are loving them. They're selling. They're selling like crazy, like hotcakes. I think he's a cool character. I don't know why everybody hates on him. I've always liked him. I mean, he wasn't as cool as Silver Surfer, and he's kind of on the same level as Captain Marvel to me. You know what I mean? He wasn't actually, he was cooler than Captain Marvel to me. There's some storylines that are really cool Adam Warlock storylines. As a matter of fact, find him here. Here we go. All right. Remember this book? This Marvel 2-in-1 Thing and Warlock, famous cover of the hand coming out of Warlock's grave, and this is the book where like they find out like that he has the Soul Stone and all that stuff. This is a great book. I remember reading this book as a kid because I was such a cosmic dork and being like, "Oh man, this is so cool." And then they homaged it for a Guardians book. That's a cool book to me. There's cool. I love finding the books that people aren't necessarily like keying in on that are still cool books. Don't get me wrong. I love this book, but there's also a reprint of this. The Marvel Masterpieces. They did a reprint of this cover for Marvel Masterpieces, which I imagine people are going to be buying up too. So if you have that, it might be worth throwing it up there. What is this selling for?
Let's see here. 7 5s are now at $850 to $1,000. 4 O's are $315, which is significantly more than it was 6 months ago. I didn't necessarily think that, and I mean, like I thought when the news happened, I thought that this would like significantly jump in price.
Right.
But it didn't really, I mean, it went up, but not like as much as you probably would think. I think people were already paying premiums for this. So I don't think the price went up extravagantly. I probably would say that more people were probably buying the Warlock and the Infinity Watch from the 90s, #1 more than, I mean, I think the price probably went up on that more than this. Percentage wise, because everything 90s is cool now. But
hey, nostalgia, baby, nostalgia.
Hey, did you see that they're making that 90s show now?
No,
like they did that already.
No, that 70s show.
They did that 80s show too. That tanked.
Yeah, they're doing that 90s show.
Oh wow, I'm getting old.
I know. Anyways, but that's why it's #5 and not way up higher.
Yeah. All right, let's hit #4 on this week's list, and a cover that people just absolutely love. This is Gun Honey, #1, the Warren Lau variant, numbered to 500. And I only have one problem with this book.
It's got no nipples.
Well, that and it's a symptom of that is it just feels too computer animated to me, man. It just feels there's like something about when you're that close to looking real and it's like it's not. There's like you get to that.
It looks
point
like
where,
that movie Alita.
Yes,
yeah,
Battle Angel. Yes,
Battle,
that's exactly what it looks like, and it just it's too close to being real and not, and it's so makes it feel weird to me.
Only reason I didn't buy it because she had no nipples.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Not a remnants of a nipple, nothing. It's just not there. It just doesn't look right. It looks like a doll. Plastic fucking dolls. Literally.
Yeah. It does. It does look like a doll, dude. That's the scary part. Yeah, James Kreider says it looks too much like a real doll.
Exactly.
Wow, you guys, I think you guys really hit that. Yeah. Yeah, and she looks too clean to need a bath. You're right, Sticks. You're right. You're right.
I say we need more areola.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Nipple areola.
Yeah, Hugh's cover was better. I give you that. I'll give you that.
The Hughes cover was off a bit to me as well. There was something about the dude that was laying on the sand. He looked like a upside down fish or something.
Yes, he did.
Like
yeah,
I liked how she had the cut on her leg though. That was kind of like
and her face wasn't like pristine for a Hughes face. It was slightly off to me as well, but yeah, I don't know. So people are paying big money for this though. All I know, that's all. Yeah. It's crazy.
What's big money? 175 to 200.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it is limited to 500. I'll give that. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I think that's great. You know.
I don't like it.
Yeah. All right. Listen, you guys, thank you for hanging out with us. 229 live. Appreciate the hell out of this community. Make sure you guys hang out with us immediately following over on Mighty Mel V's channel. Give also dollars YouTube a follow. And I also want to shout out some other great shows in the content creation comic sphere. Of course, we've got Newbie Comic.
Yes, sir.
We've got Spine Ticks. We've got
Yes,
Team
sir.
Nerd Herd podcast. We've got
Yes,
Comic
sir.
Man Andy. We've got Swaggle House, Journos
Yes, sir.
Comics.
Yes, sir. Hood Rat Comics. Yes,
Hood
sir.
Rat Comics, Azorus Tiger. There's a lot of people I forget to name along
Ultra
the lines.
Maximus, Ninth
Ultra
Wonder, the cover
Maximus,
picks.
Ninth Wonder, cover price.
Yes, sir.
Keep them coming if you guys
Yes,
got them.
sir.
So much love to all of them. Keep up the good work. Keep killing it. Dank Comics. Make sure you guys go check out Dank Comics, Simple Man's Comics. And let's keep rocking this stuff and growing this community. And let's get on with the show. Number 3 on the list, second straight week, a gorgeous Department of Truth NYCC variant. This is Department of Truth number 13 from NYCC. And you can find the artist of this beautiful cover on Mighty Mel V's channel tonight for Drunken Chat. And that's Javin. Is it Javin or Javin? Javin Jordan.
Listen, I just text him. I'll tell you, listen, we're about to talk about your book. Get in, talk to the people, damn it. So hopefully it'll come through. But again, this cover, the line for the comic mint was just fucking ridiculous. And then they put one per customer, right? I went back to try to get another one because I had told somebody I was going to get him one. Nah, it was gone. I mean, it was gone. This was Thursday. It was like, nah.
And what were these? Were these limited to 500?
That I don't remember. I know everything else on the wall was limited, like 3 copies to 2 copies. This was limited 1, and gone.
I mean, I was shocked when I go back to start the new week. I usually just go ahead and re-look at all the books from the week before just to see if anything has happened. And I was shocked when I saw that this thing was 200 plus.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because it was only 100 last week.
Wow.
So it shocked me. Sinister Titan said it's limited to 300.
And you know me, I fucking sell any fucking thing. This is in the box, tucked away in the back. So
as you guys can see, it's a lovely homage on Zigzags, but because it's also an homage to the Chronic.
That's right.
Which is an homage to Zigzags. So a lot of people don't know that the Dre album was an homage to Zigzags.
I definitely knew that. I definitely did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Yeah. There's a reason that this cover caught a lot of people's eye. It is a great homage. It's nice to see homages done like this. That there's very few homages out there that are chosen that are this good. And he's done it multiple times already.
Yes,
His Nirvana cover,
the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa's crazy, and then this you get the all seen eye, you get the pentagrams on there, stuff. You know what I mean? If you're into that type of like stuff, exactly. You know what the deal is with this. And
the UAPs.
He is definitely one of the up and coming artists this year, next year, going forward. Forward thinking people start getting his stuff now.
Yeah, Aaron Yee says I miss those Zigzags packs. You know what, Aaron? I don't miss those Zigzag packs because I no longer buy them because I buy Zigzag Rillo size roll blunt wraps. So much smoother, let me tell you. And also, Will Miranda says I had no idea. That is why this show rocks. Amen, brother. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. All right, what is this selling for right now? What is it on the secondary market?
200.
Wow.
Good stuff. Beautiful.
Mine ain't going nowhere.
Cover. Yeah,
it might even be more than that. I thought I saw some that were even over 200. So it may be even higher than 200 now.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get to know the artist in about 15, 20 minutes.
Well, let's move on to the next book. A matter of fact, it is a.
Thank you, yes, guys, for listening.
Yes.
This should have been the $60, $70, $80 book.
Number 2 on the list. Avengers number 257, the first appearance of Nebula. And
Thank you.
We were talking about this recently. Of course, that gorgeous Nebula Jen Bartel cover got hot a couple weeks back. Beautiful cover, absolutely gorgeous cover. But it was selling for more than Nebula's
the first appearance.
Yes,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
That
this book
that's now changed.
yeah,
It's now changed.
And even Nebula's second appearance is another great book to keep your eye on.
That's the one that was on Spec 10, which I think
that's the cover that has what's her name on
260 or
yeah. It has her on the cover. It has
But what's the book that was like her first appearance of her form that she's in the MCU now?
You're talking about the one I was telling Silver Surfer 72.
Whose pick was that? That was yours?
No, I gave that book to Tony, Ben, and a bunch of guys backstage about 3 months ago.
Phenomenal pick, phenomenal
and
choice.
Somebody put it on the list. I think Ben maybe.
That's the shit I like. Sure. That's what makes you good, Dollar. That's what makes you the fucking man.
Yeah, there's only one panel, and that is her. MCU form. I don't know. Cyborg. What do they call it? Cybernetic, and it's only one panel, but it's the first time. It's happened. Ben brought up the fact, and this is about 3 months ago. It was me, Joe, Yee, Ben. Me and Yee were cracking wax, and I brought this book up. But Ben brought up the fact. He's like, "That's a great pick." He's like, "You know what? It would be better if you could find that in newsstand."
Yeah,
I was like,
I think
that's a good point.
Her first cover is Avengers 260, I believe, right?
260, where it's like an outline of her face. So it's kind
also
of like
her origin.
It's also her origin too. Yeah. So it's kind of hard. You'll be looking for her on the cover. You're like, where is she? But it's a cool cover. It's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad this is finally getting it's just desserts.
What is it selling for?
9/8s are up to 600. 9/6s are 350. 9/2s 150. These are all record highs.
What are they going for raw?
Raws are really hard to. When it comes to like old books, raws are so hard to track on eBay because condition is so wildly variant. I mean, it's just so different. I mean, some will say great condition, and you look at it and it's like 5.0. I mean, so it's hard for me. Like usually when I go to track sales of silver, bronze, copper, those type of things, I almost have to go graded sales to get any kind of consistency.
Raws are now near mint raws 100 plus,
which is good. I mean, we talked about it specifically. Like people, why are you spending money on Nebula 1 when her first appearance is cheaper than that?
Yeah, just because she's not on the cover doesn't mean it's not important. And the thing is that, all the newsstand lovers out there, if you see 65 cents, well, if you see 75 cents, that means it's a Canadian price variant. And those are out there as well.
I can't even find the regular shit. He talking about Canadian price and newsstand.
No, not me. I'm always I probably have 4 or 5 of these copies. I was going to put it on the Spec 10 list, like our second or third list, and me and Ben, we did some research on it together, and we did the math, and it came out to, I think, Marvel printed around 400,000 of these. But big majority, at least half, were newsstands, and a lot of those were returnable.
So, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's still a great book.
It is a great book.
Justice is served.
Yep. All right, let's get on to the number one book. News recently came out of this story being optioned by HBO, and it is a very interesting book, and that is Misfit City #1. A very interesting story here. Almost reminds a lot of people of Female Goonies, is what people are talking about.
Somebody accused you, Ben, of having multiple copies of this.
I didn't even know this book existed until this week. I have this many copies.
Well, let me tell people what it's about. It's Misfit City is a female character-oriented Goonies-like adventure series from Boom Studios, and this book had 3 covers that came out. So the covers that you want to look for Misfit City are this one, which has a cool like Goonies homage to it. In the storyline, a movie was filmed in their city, kind of like Goonies, called Gloomies. And these young girls all find out that it actually could be a real story. And the third cover that was really hard to get, from what I hear, was this treasure map cover that they put out randomly to people who ordered the book. It sounds like we'll find out more as we get closer, or in the next coming weeks on exactly how these books were put out. But this book is seeing a lot of love now that the HBO Max stamp of approval has been putting on it.
He said, so basically this is Lumberjanes.
Yeah.
Y'all some cold-blooded motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, once this news, I mean, this was a cover price book or less, and now it's $50. That's a huge jump, in such a really, really short time. My guess is kind of like when Lumberjanes got hot, you could still find number ones in back issue bins for cover price. My guess is you can raid back issue bins and find this one as well.
And is this the SDCC boombox variant? Is that what this is?
No, this is the cover A.
Okay, so this is cover A. This is the B or variant cover, and then this is the ratio, I guess they would call it. And there is a San Diego, it sounds like, out there somewhere.
Now, Boombox is Boom Studios, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is from Boom. Yeah.
Boom Entertainment. All right.
Yeah. So and Hi Nathan says print runs are small. Uniform 13 says he picked up the whole run, including the SDCC one signed by everyone. So sold it all for $235. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Brett
About
has
like the artists and stuff.
Yeah, I guess Brett Hess Art says I bought all of these back when they came out because of the Goonies. Good for you, man. Smart move. Who doesn't love the Goonies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody that's ever seen that movie, doesn't love that.
That's fun. That cover's fire.
Yeah,
like
this is a great cover right here, dude. I love it.
I like that.
I love how she's writing on it. That's great, man. It's something I would have done when I was a freaking heathen.
Okay, here's the SDCC cover, Brian. Hold on, share.
I like that map one too.
Share your screen back, yeah. Wah, wah, wah.
I don't have
the Matrix.
How do I get rid of it?
How do you get rid of the Matrix? Just go to the cover.
Oh, hold on.
There you go, right there. Boom, boom. Now we see it. Misfit City #1, San Diego Comic-Con. So that's another one you want to look out for, guys. That and all of them, but the San Diego and the Treasure Map ones are pretty hard to find, it sounds like. So be on the lookout for those books.
Cover Lover Comics, right there with you, brother.
What does Cover Lover say? He says
he's 45 years old, saw Goonies in theater. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
Yes,
Chad Cave has never seen the Goonies?
Are you serious?
Chad, you got to change things, bro. You got to change things quick, man. Trust us. It's worth it.
Dude, okay.
Did you see Thanos when he was a dickhead
Chad Cave
older
going
brother?
to Baltimore with you?
I don't know, Chad. Are you going to Baltimore? I'll take the Breakfast Club over that. Don't get me wrong. I'll take the Breakfast Club over Goonies too, but it's very close. It's very close. It's not
different.
garbage.
Wow.
It's
close,
garbage.
but it's
Trust
different.
us. Yeah.
Chad's got to do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah, Chad, I'm telling you, man, it's worth watching. It is worth watching. And I'm right there with you for John Hughes movies. I mean, how could you not love Goonies if you're a John Hughes fan?
I love John Hughes.
Like Brian said, if you want to see Baby Thanos, Josh Jamal is when he's a teeny bopper in that movie.
Yeah, he's a dickhead older
He's
brother.
the bully.
Yeah, that actually comes through. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Again, make sure to go check out the comicbookinvest.com website for the list written by the one and only Ben S. every Friday. You can find it over there. But make sure to check out all the other amazing writers that are putting out articles over there. They're doing a lot of good work, giving you guys a lot of great content, and telling you about a lot of great books that you might not know about. Also, please follow each and every one of us on the panel on Whatnot and YouTube and Instagram, respectively. Again, I will remind you while we are heading out to check out my Whatnot sale that is going on tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. You can give it a follow. It's up right now. We are going to do that before Modern Comic Mayhem, which will also run on this channel tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, Sunday is Star Wars Sunday on Tales from the Flipside, where we have a Star Wars sale on the Tales from the Flipside Whatnot account, followed by the Star Wars show on Flipside Network, the Dark Side crew. So make sure you guys check that out also. Awesome. And much love to each and every one of these guys that are on the channel. And thank you, everybody else, for hanging out. We will see you next time. Adios.